Okay, so we're going to test this out here. Got a good, decent signal. Might be a weedy, I'm not sure. But, where was it? Yeah, now I'm messing with the camera. I lost my point. Ah! There it is. There. Alright, there. I can't see the screen. Huh. Glares. Oh, yep. Good old glare. Alright. Helps if you turn it on. There it is. Alright. It's small too. Alright, so right in here. Now for anybody that doesn't know how to do an ethical plug method, this is how you make your plug around where you pinpointed your target. Do like a U shape, and you leave this side untouched, because that becomes your hinge. So then, when you pop the plug out, the plug flips over, and now you can pinpoint the hole. Now, of course, in this case, I know that the target is in the plug, most likely, which it is. Yep, there it is. Now, the thing I like to do is when you leave the hinge, you can now come through your plug carefully with either your tool or your hands. Very gently. In case it's a silver coin, you don't want to ding it. Of course, in this case, I know it's not silver. But it's good to always be careful, regardless, so that you're always prepared and practicing with. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now, yes, pinpointer, I know, everything's metal around my knee pads, my shovel. Oh, there it is. Now that rang up a lot higher than I thought it should. We got the elusive pull tab. That's the second one already now. Oh, but looky there. For anybody old school enough, from the right generation, what does that mean? Yep. Oh, that's the good old days when something so simple meant something so awesome. Huh. Alright. So anywho. Alright, pull tab. That did not, I don't know, maybe there's something else in this plug. Maybe. Let's see. You know? Nope, that's it. Really? That's the highest. That's got to be the highest ring pull tab I've ever seen. I've never had a pull tab come up in the 60s. But anywho, alright, so then what we do, I always like to, now the dirt that I took off the plug to find that is in the hole. Now you will get a little bit of dirt spillage off around the plug. I like to just rake it over, flip the plug back. Sorry if that might not be in focus. I put that in the hole, then the plug back in the hole, and now you can either step on it. I'm using my short shovel today, which is perfect for giving it its tamp down so that it's completely back to where it was. And then I usually rub my hand over the grass, and now you cannot tell where that plug came out. For I have done this park here, I would say I'm probably up between 500 and 1,000 targets that I probably pulled from here. A lot of junk, but nonetheless, and I know I have done a numerous amount of targets right here in this front yard of the lodge at this park. And there's not a dead spot of grass. There's no holes torn up left. Everything looks just as it does every time I come here. And that is how you want to do use the ethical plug method. That, like now, okay, if I'm turned around, I'm walking away from where we just were. If you look back, heck, the only thing you can see is where I actually dug my feet in when I got up. That's it. Those are my feet marks. Those were my feet marks from getting up. Because I can tell you, I know for a fact the last time I was here, right over in here, I had a big plug. I'd say it was probably 10 inches across. I made like a 12 inch plug right in here somewhere, and you can't tell. I found a bunch of, actually, the weedy. Let's see, the weedy I found the weedy was right over here. Now this little area here is actually where they put in, I do believe this is part of the septic system for the lodge. So that's why this looks the way it does. But that weedy came from right over here. I can't tell where I did the plug for the weedy last time. You know, and that's the trick. The trick is to always put your plugs back in. Tamp them down, or put them, you can step on it. You can tamp it with your shovel, the back of your shovel blade. But you always want to make sure it's down and back in like it was before you remove the plug. That is the right way to do it. That's the way it's going to keep people from people getting, not left into parks to metal detect. I see a lot of guys on videos just hacking up the ground. And I know they're new, I get it. But when I got into this, when I knew I was going to go somewhere, that when I realized, I started going to public parks, I made sure that I knew, look it up. If you're watching this video, YouTube is a wonderful thing for information. All right. Yep. Finally, a first for me. I know what it is only because I was in the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. But just found I don't remember. Oh, it's the wolf, right? Yeah, I think it was the wolf. I think. Or no? I gotta try to remember. I don't exactly remember. Trying to remember all the, trying to remember the order. Yeah. This thing was... trying to think, I think in my storage I have all my, I still have all my Cub Scout stuff. My mother had saved it and gave it back to me. So this is pretty cool. Came up a pretty good target too. Came up a pretty good tone. All right. Yep, that was our scarf handkerchiefs. For each one would have to go around our neck, and this would go through, and this would hold it around our necks. Pretty cool find right there. I knew sooner or later I'd find one of these, but this is my first one. So, pretty good shape too. Alright. Well, see what we find. Let's see here. For a little refresher on the plug, see? The plug. Flipped it back on its hinge. Now everything that I removed to find this is in the hole. Okay? So now, the plug can actually just go right back in, like that. Pack it down with the shovel. I always pack around the outside around the plug a little bit, and you give it a fluff, and voila, it looks like the rest of the ball field, outfield of the ball field. Voila. Alright, yeah. See what else I can find. Alright, just had a Signal mid-40s, which, you know, he's got to wonder what they are, what it is. It ain't always foil. And in this case, this square come out of the hole, and I don't know, it's light. Almost reminds me of like a slate top table, but yet it's metallic. 4041. It's I don't know. It's slate metallic. I don't know. I have no clue. I'd say it's definitely back from the days when this was a farm and not, because this used to just be a farm field instead of a ball field, and that lodge wasn't here, and the cabin, the caretaker's cabin, and the pavilions and the playground, none of that was here. This was all just farm field. This was a farm field. Some of these trees were already here, though, in 56. And it was just farm field, tree line, farm field, tree line. Nope, there was no pond down over the back that they put in. Just a creek. But, so I don't know what that is or what it was for, but it's old, so fingertips are getting numb. I can't go without being able to feel what I'm doing, and I gotta be, and like with the camera and everything else, I just don't do well with gloves. I really need a warmer climate area in the winter. Oh, I need to not have to wear a hoodie to go out metal detecting. That's what I need. So, alright, well, I might be calling it quits here soon. Not sure how much more of this I'm going to take. Oh, and I only made one pass. I was directly in line with the van door, the driver's side window, and I started all the way back there at the top of the flat. Found the Cub Scout thing and walked all the way up to the end of the flat, and then coming back down. It's going to take a really long time to grid this park off and do it tight and try to cover every square inch. Ooh-wee. It's a problem, so much land and not enough time to do it all. Not enough time to search it all. But, okay. Maybe one more target before I call it quits and go to work. Alright, Richard. Yep, we're recording. Okay, so just had an 80, solid 80 signal on the Garrett AT Max. And lo and behold, I don't know if you can see that or not. That is a Wheatie, 1 cent wheat penny. Date is, gotta get my brush out. So this is the second Wheatie I found here, and the last Wheatie came up in the 60s. I don't get it. 1953, which means, or no, that's Indians that came up in the 60s. That's right. I think that's 53. 53 in Denver Mint, looks like. I'll have to use my old man reading glasses when I get back up to the van to double check that, but I think that's what that says, 53. Alright, cool. Last find before going to work. Another Wheatie. Not like the 1924 that I found here the last time I was here. Not as old, but hey, I'll take it. Wheaties, Indian head pennies, they're all good. All good. It's tether cord, I swear. You know, I'm not sure. I mean, tether cords are great for your pinpointer so you don't lose it. But I'll tell you what, when you attach it to your bag and the only spot that you have is at the back of your bag, and then you're pulling it across, this thing just does not seem to want to cooperate. It twists up. I don't like the way it twists up. I think I might go back to not using a tether. Make sure there ain't nothing else in the plug or in the hole before I close it up. No. Alright, dirt back in the hole. A little bit of dirt out of the hole. There we go. Dirt back in the hole. down, give it a brush with your hand, and voila. It is like I never... Where did I remove a plug? You cannot tell. Ain't that nice? Alright, so let's see here. So the weedy was here, right there. You can see where my van's at. That Cub Scout thing was somewhere right over here, within 6-7 feet, but I don't remember exactly where, so I can't